Welcome back, everyone. We are resuming our playthrough of Mass Effect right where we left off. I mean, I did do a few things. I did equip Tali with some armor and weapons. I did so those kind of things, kind of non-important things to watch. But yeah, we're gonna pick up right where we left off. We're gonna go. So, just a reminder, we found evidence. Tali had evidence to prove that.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard.
And this is another one of those side quests we'll do real quick. But Tali had evidence to prove. Where did Tali go? Oh, she'll pop back up. Tali had evidence to prove that Saren was behind the Geth attacks. And so we're going to be doing that.
Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
It's no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
There's no reason for your wife's body to be held like this. Just wait here.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time.
Emphasis on expensive.
I just want to give my wife a proper funeral and the respect she deserves.
So again, this is another one, real quick one we can do because it's on the way. But I just hop in here, come up to the bar. That's not the bar, this is the bar, and we go, hello, Mr. Bosker.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard.
Dang
The
straight.
activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
His whole spiel right there just reminds me. So at the time of this recording, I've started a new job, and it just reminds me of the customer service training I'm going for, where you're like, the big thing is like empathize with the customer. So it's like, yes, an understandably frustrating situation. So like, for example, I'm working with a bank, lending club bank, and so the customer calls in, is like, my account's been locked or my debit card was declined. You're supposed to empathize with the customer and be like, yeah, I can understand, that's really frustrating, which of course it is. So like, I'm not belittling it. Like, obviously it is a frustrating situation. I just had this whole, oh my gosh, that's my lending, because we call them lending care principles like that, or humanizing the experience. That's my lending care principles being put into action in a video game. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Just in my mind, I was like, wow.
You think her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I'm out there fighting to stop crap like this.
All right, Commander.
Crap.
You win.
He said crap.
It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
It's just funny when he's just like, to stop crap like this. It's like, I know how. Out of curiosity, I want to see where my Paragon points are at. Not very high, but that's fine. I have the charm. But anyway, it's like, to stop crap like this. It's like, it makes me laugh because I know that, because I know what the language is like later on in the series, and it makes it so that, yeah, that's it. Anyway, we're gonna go talk to Mr. Bhatia again and tell him that he will have his wife's body. And then we'll go to the Citadel Tower and be like, we'll go to the Citadel Tower and be like, Saren's bad!
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
That was deep. Peace may not always bring happiness. That hit me in the soul. Anyway, now to go say, hey, now to go declare war on a rogue Spectre. Visit locations, Citadel Tower. I may have lied when I said 3 or 4 hours. It's probably more along the lines of like 6 or 7. I'm looking in hindsight. I'm like, wow, I've already done 2 hours. I'm not even halfway through the story.
Udina's presenting the Quarians' evidence to the
But
council.
honestly, this is like the largest
Eden
chunk,
Prime was a
like
major
consistent
victory.
chunk.
The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
It's actually my
This
favorite
evidence is
line that Udina
irrefutable,
ever says.
Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who's she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I tried to warn you about Saren, and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue
One thing
agent
that
on the run for
I
his
never
life.
noticed, but
he
like,
no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region. Keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
sorry,
Or
I'll
it
get
could
back to what I
trigger
was
a
saying
war
in
with
just a
the Terminus
second.
systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
Every time humanity asks for help, you ignore us.
Shepard's right. I'm sick of this council and its anti-human bull.
Ambassador, there is another solution. A way to stop Saren that does not require fleets or armies.
Just looking at the
No,
language that's in the
it's
later
too soon.
games, it's just like, obviously
Humanity
this
is
was a
not
very
ready for the
early
responsibilities
2000s
that come
game,
with joining the Spectres.
and so it was like, yeah.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his human Spectre. Everybody's happy.
Commander Shepard, step forward.
So exciting.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance Branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
I'm honored, Counselor.
Heck yeah.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
I'll find him.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the CSEC Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with
Definitely
me.
gonna do that.
I'll need your help to set all this up.
But yeah, pretty dope. I was gonna say, as I was trying to say,
Bastard didn't even thank you.
there was in the old versions of Mass Effect, Shepard had like this weird like orange line across some of his teeth. It looked really weird. I'm glad to see that that is not a thing in the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything. Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Spectre training unlocked. I already used that. I already did that. I really wish I hadn't. I really wish I could get those 2 points back. Put them into something different. I really wish I mean, I don't really wish, but it'd be nice if I could get to level 30 so I could use those. But cool. So that's what we're gonna go do. We're gonna go to CSEC and buy some epic Spectre equipment, hopefully. And then, because I think we get access to more cool equipment since it's technically our second playthrough. And then we're gonna go get our ship and go off and hopefully do a mission. Let's see where. Oh yeah, Spectre Requisitions is down here.
One sec, looking you up.
How can you look me up? I haven't even given you my
Commander
name or
Shepard,
anything.
Here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
How did you know all that?
I'm the
It's my
CSEC
question.
Requisitions Officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized.
Doesn't
So,
answer my
Will
question.
you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
You literally did not answer my question. How did you know who I was? That's what I really want to know.
Show me what you've got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Cool. All right, yeah, here we go. Yeah, buddy. The Spectre Master Gear. This was used to only be attainable through the Man, I was hoping there was some better armor. Like my armor's good. I just don't like the way it looks. Okay, cool. So we're gonna buy, which is like Jiminy Christmas is expensive. Holy crap. That was so much money. Not that I need it. All right, then we're gonna buy the buy those things. Oh, all my money's gone. And then we're gonna go equip the Spectre Master Gear. So we're gonna equip transfer install upgrades over the we're gonna equip the Humswig. No idea what that is. And then we're gonna equip the Wump. And then we're gonna equip the Humser. Sure, that stands for something. I just don't know what it stands for. We already have the best Omni tool in the game, and I guess this is probably the best biotic amp in the game. And then I was really hoping for some better armor. Yeah, I guess for Tali, I forgot to do this. We need to equip this. Omni tool, and then Rex needs actually this amp. Cool. And then honestly, we probably won't need to change anything for the rest of the game. I'm gonna really quick see how much of my loss I can recoup real quick. I just need to sell. Yeah, because I think I've equipped everyone with good armor and weapons, so I think I just, you know, I just need to, yeah, I'm just gonna sell all this, and look, I'm already pretty much back to maximum. And I don't want to, obviously, you know, I'm at my cap, so I don't want to be like, you know, there's no point in selling everything else. I'll convert it to Omni Gel as I need it. And there we go. We got this cool Spectre gear, and we're gonna go up.
How can you fight your own people, Rex? There aren't that many of you left.
Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll. Killing the latter is business. Killing the former is a favor to the universe.
Oh dear. Makes me laugh.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
So real quick, if you look, you might not be able to see it on your screen, but if you look at Tali's mask, you can see her face inside it. My first playthrough Mass Effect, like all the way through, I never realized that there were eyes and nose behind everything. I just saw the mask and, you know, the bodysuit, and so I was just, so the first time I saw the eyes and nose, I was like, what? And now I can't unsee the eyes and nose, which is fine, obviously, like that's the purpose, you know. But like I like the not seeing the eyes and nose. It kind of like has like a fox like quality without seeing the eyes and nose inside it, but like it looks fine too. But
come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of.
No reason to be so
Ask me
grouchy.
later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got us Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports
I thought the whole purpose of me going out was to...
before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure.
That's why we say screw you, Dina.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
But what about, like, I mean, that, oh, I don't know. I thought the whole purpose of this was for me to find Saren, but, like, I guess stop finding the conduit.
I'll stop him.
Permanently.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
The colonists on Pharos might still be alive.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I hate Udina so freaking much. I want to punch him in the face.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Yeah,
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a
Didn't realize my
Captain
DNA changed when I
Anderson
became a
answer
Spectre.
any questions you might have.
Cool. But, yeah, alright, well, we'll talk with Captain Anderson real quick.
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now.
That's what I just
Goyle
said.
was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Probably not.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself,
Screw Saren.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
And I think we're in a loop, so I'm
Maybe
going
he
to
just
skip
likes
this.
the violence.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Alright, and now we go hop on the ship and we go start our mission to save the galaxy.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open.
The other ships we don't know,
Anyone
but this
see the
ship,
crew?
we're good.
Now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy. For too long, our species has stood apart from the others. Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of. Our enemy knows we're coming. When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too. Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
I like how they just started, like, kept on working and doing their stuff as I was talking. You know, like, oh, Captain, Commander speaking. Better this the game, whatever.
Gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
Cool, alright, so I'm just going to talk to some party members real quick.
Something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I love Joker.
I like to
Joker's
know
great.
my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome. Brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition.
Just like you, Shepard.
Put the Normandy in my hands
Joker.
and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I have to go.
Well, now you know pretty much everything you need to know about Joker. That's Joker. He's great. I love Joker. I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else we need to know? I mean, this is the thing. Like, this is our camp. This is where we'll sit. So we'll do conversations with the companions when we come back here. Let's see who's up here. Caden's up here. I don't think we can talk. I don't think Caden has anything to say yet. We can get a few things from him, but.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
He doesn't want to talk to me.
Personal debriefings later.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright, and I think everyone else is below decks. Because, of course, the elevator can't go to all 3 decks for some reason. It can only go to decks. It can only go to the bottom 2 decks. It can't go all the way to the top. Okay, I'm say hi to Rex first.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard.
Dang straight.
What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story.
Everyone has a story.
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
See, and this is what I was talking about with the, seeing how the game, the lore just gets explained as the game goes on, like, and so, context clues. I'm able to put the genophage was the genetic mutation that affected them,
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
More frequently than you actually think in this game. There's a lot of times where you come across Krogan scientists.
Fight for credits. They'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Okay, that. So that's Rex. Love Rex. Very sad story, but I love Rex.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at CSAC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take out a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that.
I mean, it's a very valid reason to quit, in my opinion, if you don't like the way a company's doing things, you know. I mean, to a degree.
Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no.
That
we
escalated.
Get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
That was kind of harsh. Can I talk to you again?
Commander.
Nope.
Good to see you.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Yeah.
They have flashlight heads. I'm sure it doesn't happen again.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. Yeah, dang straight.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Alrighty. Cool, now... So, 100% honest. First several times I played this game, before I got to know Tali and really liked Tali, I completely forgot that Tali was down here. Like... I would just completely bypass this. We're going to talk to engineers and Adam real quick.
She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tali, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye.
It just occurred to me that all the Alliance ships are named after places. Like, you learn more Alliance. I was wondering that, actually, later. But anyway, yeah, Tali.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
One of the things I really like is that when you ask a question to learn more about lore, is that then the writers phrase it so that way it doesn't make Shepard look like an idiot. Because that's one of the problems I have in a lot of RPG games, is that like it makes you look like a complete idiot when it's something you should know. But like they do a really good job here in Mass Effect. Like this is like an example. Like let's say you're playing Skyrim and you ask a question about the Empire, and they're like, "You don't know about the Empire?" Yeah, or something like that, and like makes your character sound like an idiot. But whereas this one, they do a really good job of having the dialogue be written and phrased in such a way that it's like it answers the question the player is obviously trying to get answered, but makes your character still look knowledgeable and be like, oh yeah, this is the this is for example, when I was just like 300, that was when I was just like one of the questions I just asked, and instead of being like, what do you mean your original flight from the Geth, I was like, oh, that was 300 years ago, and through context clues we can be like, okay, 300 years ago the Quarians had to flee from the Geth for some reason, and we'll get more reason why into that. But
tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind
That's
of
kind of sad.
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
I always struggle with that kind of like, now we can only have one birth, because that doesn't sustain your population. It's working on under the assumption that there's a couple, two people, sorry, my camera's there, two people get together and then they only give birth one. That's like having your population every generation. If you're only giving birth, like you're not sustaining it, you're having your population, which I guess they talk about right here, which is like, oh, if we're in major decline, we encourage multiple births, but like that's always just confused me. And I guess if you're trying to get your population down to a sustainable level, that makes sense. I guess that's your ultimate goal. Holy crap, English, goal. But other than that,
government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts.
Wow.
It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally
Interesting.
created
That's not
to
what I
serve
said.
as
I
an
said tell me
army
more,
and
not
manual
interesting.
labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated
I hate
was
AI.
the power of the
This game has not
neural
helped me.
A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can
Reasonable
imagine,
questions.
this caused a near panic among my people.
Yeah, I can understand why.
What did you do?
I'd freak out if my Amazon Alexa started being like, why am I here? I'd be like,
We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
no, you can't.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this.
Probably
They're
not.
the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet.
Makes sense.
But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us.
Sorry, big lore dump.
We return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
Leaving.
See you later.
So we'll come back and talk to her again. We do end up, there is a side quest that lets us help Tali with her pilgrimage, and most of the companions have a side quest to help them with something, with the exception of 3, I guess half the companions. But Tali's side quest is one of the longer side quests, so we won't be doing it. So we do end up eventually helping her get, so you're aware, we do end up eventually helping her with her pilgrimage. We get geth data that they can send back, because the Quarians' ultimate goal is they're trying to reclaim their homeworld, called Rannoch. And so we do help that, which is under control by the geth at the moment. And so we do help her get data on the geth, so that way they can better learn to fight against the geth. But anyway, so there we go. Yeah, that's where that is. Looking at the time, I think I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna wrap the episode here. It's a little bit shorter than the last few episodes, but because it's like the next thing I'm gonna be doing is a main mission, and so I don't want to hop into that and stop halfway through. I want to try to go through the entirety of the main mission in one episode, because that would probably be our main mission, will probably be an episode unto itself. But yeah, so we're gonna come up here and gonna call it for this episode. Thanks for coming by. It's been a lot of fun. Hope to see you in the next one.